Why did the soccer goalie eat pancakes with his hands? He wanted sticky fingers. I love math, but you know what seems odd to me? Numbers that aren't divisible by 2. What did the Terminator say to his last sip of coffee? Hasta la barista, baby.
You're listening to Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valve, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent of Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve! Take a cow for
It's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio, now a podcast. By the way, Major Porn Stash, that was my headphone thing that you turned down there. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, thank you, with my little pal Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medical practitioner who keeps the alternative medicine wackos at bay. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
And she who will do most anything for a glass of expensive wine, it's Lady Diagnosis.
Hello, Dr. Steve.
And Dr. Smith and Major Porn Stash are visiting in the waiting room today. Hello.
In the house.
Hello, Dr. Smith. You got to speak into the mic or no one can hear you.
Hey there.
There you go. Say hello. Okay, Night Nurse Evie isn't here. She was going to be here and join the podcast, but she couldn't make it. So this is a show for people who would never listen to a medical show on the radio or the internet. If you have a question you're embarrassed to take to your regular... Boy, that's going to be a good one. Regular medical provider. If you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call, 347-766-4323. That's 347-POOHEAD. If you're listening to us live, the number 754-227-3647. That's 754...
22 penis.
Or... bare nip. That was a very perky 22 penis, Lady Diagnosis. Follow us on Twitter at Weird Medicine, at Lady Diagnosis, and at DrScottWM, and visit our website at weirdmedicine.com or drsteve.com for podcast medical news and stuff you can buy, or go to our merchandise store at cafepress.com/weirdmedicine. Most importantly, we are not your medical providers. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician assistant, pharmacist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, yoga master, physical therapist, or whatever.
Barista.
Or barista. Yeah, really, Alexa tells horrible jokes.
What did the ping pong ball say to the shuttlecock? Nice skirt.
Ugh. She does it even when I'm not asking her to do it. Don't forget the Dr. Steve Amazon Echo skill, though. Have you guys tried it?
No.
No? You're not aware of it? Okay, well, let's try that real quick.
I have.
Alexa, ask Dr. Steve for a fun fact.
Skin tags are called acrocordons by the medical profession. They can be removed with string or acid, but the best way is with surgical scissors in your health care provider's office. For another fact, please say,
some of them
tell me
funny.
Another fact.
They're not all
Quit
meant to be
say,
funny. Some of them are
stop.
actually fun facts. Alexa, tell me another fun fact.
Listen to Weird Medicine on the Riotcast Network, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or on demand on SiriusX. And with the SiriusXM app. For another fact, please say, tell me another
Let's try
fact.
one more.
To quit, say, stop.
Tell me another fact.
Dr. Steve Chipperson says I don't find medical puns funny since I suffer from an irony deficiency. For another fact, please say,
No, see,
tell me
that
another
one's
fact.
actually
There you go.
To quit, say,
That's better.
stop.
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 All right.
Goodbye.
Quit while we were ahead.
Right, exactly.
Stop right there, please.
All right, we've been getting some compliments on the show lately because we've been actually doing medical questions, so let's get to some medical
Let's
questions.
do
How
it.
about that?
I figured it's because none of us were here and you're doing it wrong.
Well, maybe.
So low.
I think I answered 20 questions on one show.
Number one thing, don't take advice from some asshole on the radio.
All right, let's see. We have on hold for 17 minutes. Oh, boy, everybody. It's Calvin from California, area code 408. There you are. Calvin, you with us?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Steve,
Good,
Scott,
man.
Lady Diagnosis, and Porn Stash, and everybody else?
All right.
I guess,
Great.
Dr.
All right,
Smith,
all right.
you're everybody else.
Yeah.
I gotta think of a better name.
No, it's okay. And will you guys get that mic closer to you? Just sort of pull it toward you without pulling. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Like right here.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. And then you want to be about this far away from it when you talk. They're really expensive mics, and they just don't pick up from the side. So what you got, Calvin?
Actually, there's a lot of talk about the Dreamers and DACA and stuff, so I actually brought somebody with me here today. Let me hand the phone to him. Just give me just a
Oh,
second.
boy. Here comes a character.
Hey. Hey, ¿qué pasó? This is El Chipo or something. Yeah, Carlos Chipperson. How's it going, everybody? How
Oh,
you
boy.
doing?
Here, it's,
Yay.
Hey, ¿dónde está la biblioteca or something? Yeah. How's everybody doing?
good. Any of you
Yeah.
guys actually
It's
speak
the
Spanish?
Chippa in the house.
Bien.
Porn Stash. has-
Porn Stash, interview him in Espanol.
Hay muchos tacos en Mexico.
Oh, no. Jesus. Okay, this
No,
is
it's-
this
no.
cannot
No.
go anywhere but bad.
Bad.
So,
Hey, I got a question for Lady Diagnosis or something. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a question for her.
sure, go. Shoot, man.
How'd you get so pretty?
Oh. What a move. Don't even. Don't.
Oh no, that was terrible.
Well,
I'm still partying from Cinco de Mayo. Like, what is it, like Cinco de Ketchup or something? Cinco de Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
My friend
go
was-
ahead.
My friend was asking me what was my favorite condiment. I was like, "Thou shalt not kill" or something. Fucking nothing.
Okay, no.
Big old nothing. El Chipo
The
is
10
El Famo
the
or
10
something.
condiments. I get it. Okay, well, quit while you're ahead, Calvin.
All right. Oh, well.
That was shit. You should have said that 10 minutes ago.
Jesus.
That was easy.
Let's see here. Okay, area code 215. You're on Weird Medicine.
Yeah, I'm glad that Mexican Chipper called in. I used to give a music lesson.
Oh, my
You
God.
reminded me about that when you were playing guitar. I used to come here, El Chippo, and play the skin flute for your Uncle Paul.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You motherfuckers.
We're 2 for 2, Dr. Steve.
I love you, Dr. Steve. Sorry, I had to get in on that
That's
after hearing
hilarious.
El Chippo call in.
Well, I got to be honest with
that's
you.
calling
For a
that.
second there, I thought it was Calvin calling in
On
on
a
multiple
different line,
lines,
yeah.
like Richard and Sal do on Howard Stern, and we were getting one of those trains. And
No, actually, I actually called you a while ago, and I called in as Uncle Paul that time as well. And I'm kind of doing almost the same exact thing, but this time I'm adding a little something to it. First thing I wanted to ask you was that I wanted to know if there were like any updates of like Lady Di, because I haven't heard anything. I've been kind of worried about her because
Yeah.
for all the ridiculous stuff that went on, on the old shows and everything, like just knowing that she went through the medical issues that she did, and like I haven't really heard too much about it since, and I'm kind of just like I'm feeling bad, and I'm hoping that there's some positive news out there.
Yeah.
And second, and kind of related to that, I'll try to keep this as brief as possible.
No, you're
I don't wanna
fine.
bore you with too many
The show's
details.
already
But,
complete shit, so don't worry about it.
I mean, if I bomb after Chip, then I really should rethink my life.
Well,
but I spent the past year not drinking at all, like
Good.
no alcohol, nothing like that, and not even that, like I wasn't trying to or anything. It just, I don't know, I just never considered it. It didn't even cross my mind. And then about a month ago, I started drinking socially again. And now, granted, my tolerance is way down, and it feels kind of nice to get a buzz after 2 beers. But I've been in this weird place where I notice, like, I could have, like, maybe 3 or 4 beers, and I'm pretty buzzed or drunk. And then it could be the 5th beer, it could be the 7th beer, and it could be for, like, a 4-hour period that I'm doing this. But after a certain drink, I start getting blackout drunk, and I've never gotten blackout drunk before.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if this is like any kind of sign of anything serious that I should go get checked out, or if it's just like, oh, well, your tolerance is down, and that's what's been going on.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me answer your first question. I have
Sure.
not heard from Marion nor Lady Di's son in quite some time. The last time I checked in, she was still in the nursing home and demented. So she most likely has a thing called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, which is a form of dementia that people, chronic alcoholics can get. And it's once it kicks in, you try giving people thiamine and stuff, and it just doesn't really get anywhere. It's too late. So,
well, to follow up on what you just said there,
Yep.
to quote a radio god, what kind of cough is that again? Sorry, I'm taking my subtle shot at certain someone.
I don't. You see, I'm so out of the loop. That just went right over my head. No clue who in the fuck you're talking about.
No, the reason that was a reference to like when this was brought up during her internship. Someone on the show asked like, "Oh, what kind of cough does she have again?" So I'm
okay.
I'm kind of parroting that line.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
When you have to
major,
explain it,
car crash right
ruins it. But Wernicke-Korsakoff, I get it. That's oh boy. You know what?
That was a stretch.
Let's just delete this whole first 12 minutes and just start from right here. So,
hey, I bombed with a stolen line. I didn't try to be original.
Anyway, as far as the
Was it this one?
hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, that's 844.
Oh, that's why.
Okay. Anyway. As far as your second, I'm on call and I'm getting called, and I've got Dr. Smith answering calls, and I've got motherfuckers calling in doing Chip and Edgar and Uncle Paul and shit, and I'm trying to, and
hold it together.
We're broadcasting live, and anyway.
So if you quit drinking and then you start drinking again,
Right. Well, your
you're gonna
tolerance should decrease.
Certainly.
is it going to stay down though?
No. I mean, you'll get some tolerance back. Now, people that all of a sudden get shit-faced with one beer, that's a sign that they may not be metabolizing their alcohol at a normal rate. But getting shit-faced on the 5th beer, that's another thing, because I got to tell you, I was at P.A. John's Brewery a couple of weeks ago, and Dr. Smith, if we hadn't gotten so rudely interrupted, could tell you part of this story because she was there. That shithead had this new beer called Imperial Hop Drop, and it was one of the best IPAs that I've had in a long time. Now, I'm not a big fan of IPAs.
Oh, I'm going to have to try it.
But this was amazing, and it was
so amazing you drank 5 of them.
Well, I drank 5 of them. Well,
but they're high gravity.
Thanks for ruining the story. But he gave them out to us in these little 10-ounce glasses. I'm like, well, you stingy son of a bitch. And I thought maybe they just didn't make a lot or something. And so, yeah, exactly what Dr. Scott said. I drank 5 of them. And on the 5th one, I was hugging everybody and kissing everybody. I kissed, kissing them on the cheek, not on the lips, but I kissed Scott's girlfriend. I kissed Dr. Smith and hugged her and told her I loved her.
She liked it too.
And, it was just, do I need to stop the show? Hang on. Do I need to just say yes or no? Do I need to stop the show? Because I can, but I can't answer a question while I'm doing a monologue.
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I was kissing everybody, hugging everybody, and got totally blackout drunk. Came home. Scott and I apparently played music. And the only thing I remember is I bent over to get my bass and I fell forward, and Scott grabbed me by my belt and kept me from hitting my head on the floor.
That's what friends do.
But this was I was fine up until that fifth beer, and then the next day I called PA John and asked him what the hell was in that beer, and it was 9% alcohol. So it's like drinking 15 regular beers.
Yeah, it's a bunch.
And yeah, so anyway. I can't answer your question. It's not unusual for people to just sort of fall off the cliff with alcohol when it comes to, you have this this sort of critical mass, and all of a sudden the next thing you know, you're shit-faced drunk. Just don't drink 5 beers. You know, what else can I tell you? If you were a heavy drinker before, it'd be okay to get your liver enzymes checked. But I'm going to tell you, after being off alcohol for a year like that, they're going to be normal. And did you quit drinking because you had a problem?
No, it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
Like, I was just busy, and it wouldn't even cross my mind to do it.
Yeah, I went through a period like that too, and I had a really rough period with alcohol where if I drink 1 or 2, I would be hungover for days afterward. And I never could quite explain that one. And so I just quit drinking. But when I got together with my now wife, she liked to drink beer. And so I started drinking again. And I was okay. I found that I had sort of overcome that. So, but anyway. All right. So no real clues. Thanks. Yes, go get checked. Always get your yearly physical and talk to your primary care provider about these issues. They'll do some blood work and just make sure everything's okay. But it's probably just more of a tolerance issue than anything else. And drink 3 beers instead of 5, and you'll be fine.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, buddy.
Punching out.
All right.
Take care, man.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording here, and we'll be right back.